You're listening to the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons & Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is episode number 348, Dog and Pony Show, Season 5, Episode 7, recorded March 2021, posted June 2022. There's a Revenant for everyone.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill, where everything's made up and the points don't matter. Let's start with group introductions first, and then we're going to get into things. Now, you may have noticed that I am not your dungeon master, but you know who is? Tony Sindelar. Tony, introduce yourself.
Hi, Tony Sindelar. Your dungeon master. Usually I use he, him, his. I have no power right now because it's technically still Aline's turn.
Mm-hmm. Next up, we have Dan Morin.
Oh, hi. I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. I play Crucible, the Warforged cleric of the god Onatar, whose pronouns are they, them, and my pronouns are he, him.
And now, Erica Ensign.
Hello, I play Brildish, a dwarven paladin. Our pronouns are she, her, and also the amazing mount, not for Brildish currently, Pony Sindelarnt, whose pronouns are he, him.
Next up, Jane Ritt.
Hi, I play, I'm...
You got this.
Seamless.
I play Lena Dulina, the human rogue. We both use she, her pronouns.
And Micah Sargent.
Hello, I play Elevor Landman, the half-elf druid, he, him, as well as me, and as well as Samus, the saber-toothed tiger, she, her.
And I am Aline Sims, playing Imra Soliana, the wood elf ranger. I almost said rogue, not a rogue. All right. Picture it. Barovia. Big Barovia. Moments ago, in the chapel of an old, significantly ruined building. In the front, near the altar, stand three zombie-like creatures in ancient chainmail. Their eyes are somehow at once cold and dead, while also burning with vengeance. We see Brildish, her scarred face twisted into a grimace of concentration. Her battered, sacred battle axe is at the very end of her swing after she just missed hitting a Revenant. Twice. Elevor, green robes billowing behind him, and Crucible, brandishing his Yikawa. Both miss the undead abominations while they have a quick chat about their bafflement that they have been thrust into this situation. Kind of their own accord. Lena, the electric thrum of her lightsaber filling the air, also tried to hit one of the Revenants, and also missed. Undaunted and ever calculating, she stepped back out of harm's way, if only for a moment. Just when it seemed like none of our merry band of characters would successfully strike the enemy, Pony Sindelar dramatically burst through the doors of the chapel, rearing on his haunches, carrying our favorite Vistani assassin on his back. Aragal, soaring through the air, draws his crossbow, takes aim, fires, and misses. Perhaps a little distracted by having just seen his prom date, and maybe long-lost love for the first time in a while. Samus the Great, on the other hand, or Paw, managed to swipe at and hit one of the undead abominations, finally.
Hey.
Undeterred by the assault upon their persons, the Revenants aim attacks at Crucible and Brildish, but only managed to hit Brildish once. And finally, where we left off, Imra moved forward, her hands in front of her, producing a stream of acid aimed at two of the vile undead creatures. Now, we all turn to Tony as he rolls a DC 10 dex save against acid damage.
Okay, that's what I'm doing. First off, a little bit of clapping there for Aline.
Yeah. How much do we have to pay to keep this going?
Yeah, I like this.
The key is to just pause the game on your turn, and I have no power at the end. So
So noted.
Was that a filibuster?
This is a bit that Aline and I prepped. a month ago, thinking, "Oh, we'll just do this next week."
And yet, I wrote it today.
And like all good jokes, they get better with time and involve a lot of work with your feet. All right, so Imra, you are targeting the two. You said
To
the
the east.
easternmost ones.
Yes.
All right, I'm rolling a dex save for the first one. Now a 10 is not that hard to beat, so
No.
let's see how this goes. You sure it's a 10?
Let me.
I don't have
find
any
it.
way to impose disadvantage. on
I
you.
will tell you, I believe they both succeeded. I don't know if they're going to
Bummer.
take half damage or something else. Could you remind us the name of this horrible spell that you cast on my
This is-
friendly undead people who are just practicing their strange esoteric religion in a door that you kicked in?
And lit a fire behind or in front of them.
Yep.
This is Tasha's Caustic Brew.
Mm.
It is.
Well, it should be your spell save.
Sorry, I was just reading through it. No half damage or anything. It's just
Oh.
yes or no. Bummer, but it made for a good story.
Mm-hmm.
What is your FI? What is your casting? You're a ranger, so your casting skill is what? Wisdom?
Probably.
Okay.
I
I
don't
was
know.
trying to figure out. I'm surprised it's not higher than 10, I guess was my point. It seemed like, because it's usually 8 plus something. I always forget how spell saves work. I should know this.
Yeah, I don't know. Roll 20 just said DC 10.
I don't trust roll 20 on these things.
You don't trust Roll 20?
I don't. 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your ability modifier. So it should be
10 seems
your
very low.
proficiency bonus on its own is what? Plus 3. So it should be at least 11 plus your, I don't remember what rangers, someone must remember what rangers.
So this says Dex save.
Yeah, but it's all the
So what
same
is,
number
on
for
your
Oh.
character
you,
sheet,
no
there's
matter
also a
what they
spell
roll.
save somewhere else?
Spell save.
Yeah, I know you don't cast a
It
lot
is
of spells, you
wisdom,
may
so
Yeah.
it should be your wisdom mod
things.
plus 3 plus 8. So wisdom mod plus 11.
So it would be a 13 then.
Did they still make it?
The top one does not make
Yay!
it.
Okay.
It does.
Take that acid!
Well, no,
No thanks.
I will not take that acid.
Okay, in which case, each creature Dex save be covered in acid. Okay. They are covered in acid for the spell's duration or until a creature uses its action to scrape or wash the acid off itself. Or another
I'm just
creature.
picturing one of them stopping, turning, and
Just
just
do a
like
sponge bath.
Yep.
Yeah. A creature covered in this acid takes 2d4 damage at the start of each of its turns.
nice.
2d4.
Okay. 2d4.
Any bets on whether they scrape
Oh.
or wash?
I don't think that does not seem like a
Betting
very.
against it.
I had one
Revenant
Revenant
kind of
being
thing.
like, I gotta go to the sink now.
I found I have a great icon that I've never gotten to use that looks like a little beaker of acid.
Hey, cool.
Yeah. So, yay. I guess I'm.
Tell me when you have a
I got.
scraper icon.
I don't know, I feel like I'm there. Yeah, he's a squeegee. He's got squeegee him off.
Yep.
I really wonder who designs these icons because I was like, there's like, yeah, we don't need that, but we do need like a grenade.
I mean, someone designed them like 10 years ago
yeah.
when they made this, and they really haven't changed them.
no. Okay. All right.
Back when there were grenades in D&D.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The old days.
The old days. Jinx.
Holy hand
Somebody owes someone a Coca-Cola.
Oh, I didn't bring a Coca-Cola.
grenade. Well, that's not. It's not good across
you
borders.
should message Steven to bring me a Coca-Cola. And then you will have.
Then you get out
you
of
guys.
it.
You guys don't have like a bell in your podcast recording studio that you just ring so that the
No,
spouse has to
occasionally
bring a
I do
beverage?
You
use
do
the.
that.
I sometimes do use our Google robots to broadcast instructions from room
goodness.
to room.
Red alert!
Hello,
I need
bring Coca-Cola.
Mhm.
All right,
Yeah, it
so
works.
Imra, technically still your turn. My jerks have failed. One of them failed saving throw. One of them succeeded. That one had already taken a decent amount of damage. Let me just remind
good.
myself how this works. I got 3 revenants. One is very badly hurt. That's the one that's kind of like sandwiched between all of you. One, I think, is literally unscathed. That's the one that someone has hunter's marked. And one is now coated in acid and was already not in mint condition. Imra, anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Let's pretend we still know how to play Dungeons & Dragons. Broldis will be next, followed by Samus. Samus, followed by Elevor, Crucible, Argal, and Revenant at the very end. And then Lena, you'll be at the top of the order because we stopped mid-order last time because we like to make things complicated.
Dramatic, Tony. We like to make them dramatic.
Dramatic.
There you go.
Acting.
I'm not pretending I remember how to play. I have been listening to our previous episodes all month. So
okay, nerd.
Good to go. That's me. That's me.
I'm a cool guy. I've been doing wheelies on my motorcycle through Rings of Fire, and I don't know what I think school people do.
That's
tax
it.
fraud?
That's the only thing.
Tax fraud and wheelies.
Yeah.
Dancing and doing skateboard tricks.
Yeah. 540 Indie
Right.
Nosebone.
I have Hunter's Mark up
Excuse you.
on one of these guys.
Mhm.
So that's some extra damage if I manage to hit, as Aline established. I haven't been so great at that. So I'm going to
have
try to
not
hit the
been
one
doing
in
well.
front of me. So not one of the acidic ones. The two dudes that are high on acid are not getting hit by me. Okay, so 18 to hit.
18 definitely hits. I think you've learned that Revenants are not that hard to hit. They are just pretty hardy in terms of their hit points.
Okay, then we need to figure out damage, which that's the tricky
That's always
part.
fun.
Yeah, because I've got a lot happening right now. So normal battle axe damage is going to be, oh, hey, that's max. So 12 slashing damage from my sacred battle axe. But
All right.
I also have divine favor up, which gives me an extra d4 radiant damage. So that's 2 radiant damage. And if I remember correctly, radiant damage does not do extra damage, but it keeps them from regenerating. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So that's taken care of for this turn. And my Hunter's Mark does...
I'm sorry, what was the total between the... Oh, sorry, you're still adding.
Yeah, I'm still adding. So
I have
that
not done any damage to it
So
yet.
it's 12, 13, so we're at 14 total.
Yep.
Plus, let's see, this is 3.
Rolling.
So 17 total.
All right, I'm doing 17 to that mint condition Revenant.
Yep. And then I'm going to try to hit it again. And now that I've established how many dice I roll, I can just roll it all together and hope that I hit. I'm pretty sure I don't.
Really?
I also picked up the wrong d20, so I blame myself for this.
Oh,
Because that's only a 10.
yeah, 10 does
sure
not
10
hit a
does
Revenant.
not hit.
I apologize. On behalf of the
Well,
Revenants.
like I said, my own fault picking up the wrong d20. But I did something this turn, so I feel much better than I did last time. So I shout in Hela's name. And I will mark off one round of divine favor and reminding myself again that I have protection. So when it comes to their turn, which I know will be a while, I need to remember to protect whoever they're attacking. And I'm done.
All right. I think
Unless-
that takes us around to Samus and then Elevor.
Unless
Yep.
Pony needs to do something, or should Pony act on Aragal's turn, perhaps?
So I think that Argal. Do you remember if he was unhorsed as part of his action, or if it just was a crossbow bolt from ponyback? Sorry.
It was a little unclear. I took a little bit of creative. There was discussion about him like rearing up and
So if we could have Pony just scooch a little bit closer,
Mhm.
like maybe one, yeah.
Yep.
And
Oh, no,
Argal
he fell
will
off.
stay on.
Okay. You said pony. You didn't say anything about Argal.
Yep.
Sorry. I'm a robot that controls horses now.
The funny thing is the way that the token works, either I
Yes.
have to put Argal on Pony's head or
Yes.
like right on the edge of his tail, both
Yeah, they-
appearing incredibly precarious.
Yeah, there's no mid.
Stunt riding.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you know what? I can fix that.
Horse scale.
I've made Pony a drawing, which means he no longer snaps to grid. That may introduce a new set of problems for you, but
You can't have it all.
but I've solved the problem
One-
that you identified.
1 horse step forward, 2 horse steps back.
Yeah. Clop,
Trot,
clop.
trot.
All right, nerds.
Clops and trots.
Uh,
TPK side podcast.
What else is happening? Let's see.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Throw ups when the initiative's on.
Yes. Sorry. Samus.
Good with that? Okay.
I think so.
All
We have done horse management.
right. Samus strikes out with a 21 to hit.
That will definitely hit, and that Revenant is not doing well. Tell me about
9
damage.
damage.
All right, noted.
And then that's all Samus is going to do. It's hard to see that everybody's so bunched up.
I know.
Whatever Revenant is right in front of Elevor here is
I think it's the same Revenant.
perfect. Then Elevor will...
I was trying to look up how I could scale the text size to make this more manageable, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. So yeah, same Revenant though.
12 to hit.
12 does not hit.
Man,
All
you
right.
guys, we are having a time. I think we are very, we're a little bit taken aback by the fact that there are 3 Revenants in front of us, considering how
because
hard the
one
last
Revenant
one
was trouble when it was in a box.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need. We need 3 boxes.
Yeah.
You can hit that next button on the initiative order twice, because it's Crucible's turn.
Crucible's turn, followed
Okay.
by Aragal, the Assassino.
Debating what to do here. All right. Crucible will glow with radiant energy and attempt to cast a word of radiance on all of the revenants adjacent to him. So they must all make a Constitution saving throw.
All right, that is their best thing. I'm going to start with the one that has been acided and move clockwise. So what do I have to hit, Dan?
15.
16 is
No.
one more than 15.
Bad.
Next one. Exactly 15? And exactly 15. So I think
Wait.
they all
Son of a-
succeed.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
they have +4 Constitution, so
I guess
I rolled slightly above average.
I guess I'm done.
Does anything happen to them?
No, it was a cantrip.
Okay. I guess we should really listeners, I think this is the time in the adventure where we start to really emotionally invest in these 3 revenants. Think about their backstories and what they're going to do after they're done murdering these interlopers, and what do they want in life? Revenant, what would make you life? I guess I should probably I should not use that word around you. And I guess vengeance. They're very vengeance driven.
It could be a fun campaign to figure out like a bunch of revenants who were here specifically to destroy Dan. After they destroyed Dan, having a sort of
Crucible, Jane, please.
mid
She said what she
crisis.
said.
Like, what's next?
Yeah, they got to work on themselves.
Well, I'll see you guys next round.
They could use some work.
Maybe.
So Argal is going to somewhat sheepishly dismount after his prior performance, and then he's going to sort of scoot in between Elevor and Broldish and
Welcome, friend.
take some swings at our injured revenant enemy.
Yes, take it down,
So-
please.
So that is going to be he has a
All right, if they're still alive next round, I know what I'm doing. Big guns.
I assure you that one or more revenants will still be alive next turn.
Yeah. Well, because
Based
2
on-
of them are pretty, except for the acid,
Pretty
unhurt. So
This is
So-
just market research I'm providing based on your current levels
so
of not
does
doing
a
that.
17 hit?
It does indeed. Are you using some kind of poison dagger?
I don't know if it works, but indeed that is what he is using. The other one
Unfortunately-
is above 20.
They are immune to poison damage, so they'll just take
of
the
course
piercing.
they are.
But they are not presumably immune to the
Swords? No.
short swords
No.
that are, in many cases, a poison delivery vehicle, but
Yeah.
in this case, a short sword delivery vehicle.
Correct.
How long does the
Um,
poison last on those things? Do you have to reapply every 6 hours?
Yeah, there's
with
there's like a
sunscreen?
little gel that you got to put on after each battle.
Maybe they're hollow swords, and you just like scored a bunch in the inside, and then it's sort of
Yeah, they're like
so
those
you're-
dish
channels
scrubbers.
on 'em,
Yes,
right?
Or the
exactly.
scabbard is just brimming with poison. You have to be really careful to only carry it vertically the whole time.
You're suggesting it's like a dipstick in an engine?
Yeah.
This would
Or one
explain
of
some
those
things
dipstick
about
I know.
Argal.
I
Where
know
you
how
have to
cards
lick
work,
it.
Dan.
You have to lick it to get the
Don't-
powder to
don't-
stick on it.
Don't
Was
lick
That's
a
really
dip-
dangerous with
Don't lick a
poison.
dipstick, though.
So
It's a lick-a-maid. Lick-a-maid.
Together,
Lick-a-maid.
both of his hits will be 16 damage.
All right. That Revenant does not look good. I mean, it
Ah.
looks
Did it ever
still
look
up.
good?
I mean, it looks extremely structurally unsound at this point.
All right.
All right.
Fortunately, I think it's their turn.
So here is a question that I need to ask you all, and you are not going to want to answer, but we're going to deal with this together as a team because we are a
False.
team. All of us are on the same side here. I did not create this situation so much as I'm experiencing it with you. So unfortunately, Revenants regenerate 10 hit points at the start of the turn unless they've taken fire or radiant damage.
Wait, regenerate?
Yeah.
I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, technically you
kinda
did when you let Crucible open that bag.
This is not the subscription
these are not the same
service I signed up
revenants.
for.
These are different
They talk.
revenants.
They network.
These revenants are not Crucible's fault.
No, I
The-
think we signed up for it when we came in the doors.
Yeah, we came
to
into this
attack.
awful house. Have any of these taken fire or radiant damage
Yes.
successfully?
Yes.
Which ones?
The one that's bloody, or that's got the bloodied symbol on it, took.
Broldish just hit. Yeah.
Yes.
What about the other
Technically,
two?
The other
they
two
all
did not.
experienced a little bit of fire damage in their retinas when they looked at the candle after Elevor lit it.
That is not how candles or retinas work. So I'm just going to give 10 hit
I
points.
beg to differ, sir.
Well, you differ, and I'm over here.
Differing to my
differing.
differ.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unfortunately, I have control of the little numbers that put in their hit points.
So do they take the? So does the one that's acidic? Does it take the damage and then just regenerate it? Is that how it works?
Aline, or should I say Imra? I believe you said 2d4 something acid damage.
2d4 at the beginning of their turn.
Feel free to roll that.
Oh,
It will probably be less than 10.
I get to roll. It's exciting. Okay, 2d4 rolling.
But will it be enough to kill the one that's really hurt?
4.
That one didn't get it.
That one doesn't have acid on it.
Your Honor, I would like to submit some evidence. The susceptibility of the retina to photochemical damage from visible light.
I'll allow it.
I kid. Continue.
Imra?
Or does
4.
4. All right. That you can do the math. You can figure out that Revenant netted 6 hit points. I'm
That's
going to
the
say that
opposite of what
Revenant.
we're trying to do.
Wait. Hold on. It hadn't been hurt though. So is it just gaining hit points now? Did they get stronger? Or had that one been hit and I forgot?
That one has been hit many times and you've forgotten. So they cannot regain hit points past their maximum hit points.
I thought we were concentrating all fire on just the one, so I guess I had forgotten that we had foolishly not.
Please go to the videotape.
One's got a snail and a
and
jar
acid
on
on
it,
it.
and the other one's got a target on it.
Okay.
Yep. So let's just say that you've made a variety of what we got in the business call choices. And the important thing is that we learn from this experience if you survive it. All right. Let's see. The Revenants are going to go next. Should I have them do their horrible stare attack? Should I just have them beat on you with long swords?
No, I'm in the stairs.
Well, actually, yeah, you're safely. Now you're the only one here who's not going to get murdered immediately.
Cool.
I
I
will
think
be
these
using...
Revenants are of the murder people with a longsword variety. So, Crucible, the one to your the east, is going to attack you twice with a longsword. I don't think either of that's literally a critical fail, and that is a 12, which is not going to hit you. So, hey, this is where this is where my rolls are going. Broldish, let's say that the one that has the hunter's mark on it is going to attack you. I've rolled a critical success.
Oh boy.
And a 9.
Okay, the 9 doesn't hit.
Let's see here. I get to roll a bunch. Wow, hold on. I need more dice. Oh, that could have been a lot worse. That could have been a lot worse. You are going to take 24 slashing damage.
Okay.
Unless you do something about that.
No, I don't have anything I can do about that. But if they attack
And
somebody
the
else.
last one in the middle, who does it hate? It hates Broldish. I have rolled Broldish a 6 and a 21.
Yep, the 21 hits. That would have also hit
All right.
Crucible.
That's true.
All right. You are going to take 15 damage from that one.
All right, well, I'm still up.
How are you doing?
All right.
I have 21 hit points. So
okay.
one more hit could take me down.
Lena Delina, it is your turn.
I also have 21 hit points, but that's much closer to my total. Okay, so, I'd love to focus fire on this guy who's really hurt, but he is absolutely surrounded
Yeah.
by a circle of melee attackers and doing surprisingly well for it, but we're just going to scoot out here. We're going to take a swing at the one who is, I believe, slowed and dripping with acid.
Yep.
But we're going to use the Sun Sword, which I think you will find is legally distinct from a lightsaber, but shares the property of being very hard to get dewy.
Nice.
So we're going to take a swing. We are going to roll a 16.
16 hits?
Oh, really?
Yay!
These guys are big,
They're low.
clanking knights. So they are beefy, but they are not very
A
nimble.
lot of hit points, not huge AC.
A lot of hit points, but they are kind of... I imagine them as like huge, kind of like 6 foot tall, basically walking furniture. Kind of lurching across the chapel at you.
Take
Okay,
that,
so
they're bad.
that'll be-
report.
Yeah, they
That'll
have the agility of a I don't know, like a bureau.
So that'll be 13 radiant damage.
All right.
And we're gonna get that sneak attack. Oh, that was such a sad roll. 10 sneak attack damage.
All right. I will tell you, this one is now bloodied as well. Just put little more dots on it that are hard to see with the text.
Let's spread it out. And then, I think I'm also gonna take an attack with my offhand weapon, just my normal
Just
short sword.
offhandedly.
Mm-hmm.
A 24. So that'll be another 8 damage.
All right. I don't like that.
And then I am going to stay here because the offhanded was my disengage. So cool.
All right.
Just pick it up here with this Revenant.
You know,
What's the worst could happen?
health is a team resource. And presumably, if you get murdered by a Revenant, it won't stalk you forever.
Has anyone checked that, though?
Crucible? I don't know. Anyway, it's Imra's turn.
All
So most of your experience with Revenants has been opening bags and going to houses you shouldn't go to. No one has tried dying.
Or opening box. Well, we didn't open the box. It burst open.
That one's not on us.
I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on the Revenant to the front. Get an extra D6 of damage here. And I am going to shoot at it with an arrow from my longbow. 11 I know does not hit. But my second attack is a 14.
A 14 to hit. A 14 hits.
Okay. Thank goodness. All right, so that is max damage. So 12 from my longbow and an additional 2 from my hunter's mark.
That is 17. That Revenant is in bad shape unless somebody lets it regenerate again.
Let's not let it regenerate again. I think that's all. I'm going to ask Androdite to come in the doorway so I can see her, but I don't want her coming into the room.
All right. Oh, sorry.
We can all move her. And that's it.
Broldish.
All right. I am going to attack this one. And now I'm wondering, did I have Hunter's Mark on a different one?
Yes.
Oops.
Yep.
And I probably should not have done those 4 points of damage to this one on my last turn.
We're not going back.
All right. I am attacking the one right in front of me It's super
You can move
bloodied.
your Hunter's Mark because a bonus action, I think.
Only after something has died or gone to
Okay.
0 hit points.
Oh, yeah.
So, ugh, gosh, that sucks. 12?
A 12 does not hit. You have
Okay.
found a number that does not hit. I mean,
All
you
right.
found several, but
Yeah, well,
I think that's the highest
We
one you
found quite a few.
yep. All right. In Hela's name. There, that's what I was missing. I just rolled worse. So, that means that, yeah, no.
Ayla, why has the Forsaken us?
Right? Yeah, I can't do any radiant damage without actually hitting with my weapon. So, do I have... Ooh, I do have inspiration. I feel like it might be worth it. So, I'm going to use my inspiration. Try again. Natural 20.
Nice.
Nice.
Wow. Child, do damage in my name.
Hela, be praised.
Hela, you got her attention on that second one.
Yep. Do I get to double the divine favor dice as well?
Yes. Anything
think
that you
all
roll as part of
damage-
damage, you get to double. Any
Yep.
dice.
Yeah, your weapon attacks deal an extra 1d4. So,
And
yay.
can you remind me, you were targeting the one that was already pretty badly damaged?
Yes. So, 10, 11, 15 slashing damage, and two of those damages are radiant.
Brill, just tell us how you destroy this Revenant.
After missing so many times, Brill shouts in Hela's name, raises her battle axe directly above her head, so it's basically face height probably with this tall burly Revenant, and swings it and just like hits him smack in the nose, and just like it doesn't actually slice all the way through the Revenant because it's big and burly, so her axe is just sort of like stuck in the skull of this thing, and then she rips it back with a whole bunch of gore and blood splattering onto
Great.
her face. And
Yeah,
it's
Samus,
very
Aragorn, and Elevor, you
Yeah.
all get you get
Nice
some
showering.
a showering of skull splinters.
I like to think that Aragal gets the worst of it.
Yeah. Ah!
That's
He's
like
just
the
like,
Crucible.
yeah.
has-
Elevor wouldn't probably get it from
You're
this
right.
angle.
I like that
Imra
Crucible
might.
has like wipers that come out and like.
Yeah, Brildish is pretty excited right now. Rawr,
All right.
she screams.
You have taken one Revenant off the board. It's possible you'll survive this fight.
Maybe.
That was my morale boosting statement.
Good
Let's
job,
see.
Tony.
There's not really room for Pony to run in and try to help. So he will.
Pony's
stay
not
back.
Pony's not what we call a helper. So
Well, he does like to get in the fight occasionally, but
Pony
not when,
says,
not when
I
it's
prefer to think
crowded."
of myself as management.
He does. That's
Fair.
true.
Samus followed by Elevor.
Samus misses with a bite attack, and holds her ground. And then Elevor, I forgot, had summoned his flame blade.
Oh, Samus
So-
and Elevor, the Revenant that you were attacking is dead. So you're
Oh,
gonna have to
that's
move in
right.
and pick a new target.
Oh, crud.
It's getting
Okay,
crowded
well,
in here.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of where. I think Elevor will be right here.
Don't-
Or
There's
Elevor,
enough
sorry.
space. If you all want to be adjacent to Revenants, you can figure out how to make it work.
There's a Revenant
big
for
enough-
everyone.
It's a big enough chapel.
I mean, we don't want to be adjacent to Revenants, let's
if
be
you
clear.
choose to be adjacent to Revenants, that is a choice that you can act upon.
That is true.
There's a lot of great parts of this house. We don't have to spend all our time in the chapel.
Elevor had summoned his flame blade. I completely forgot. And
Oh,
rolls
fire damage.
a 26 to hit, which I know hits.
Mhm.
And does it's only 7, but still 7 flame damage to the
And Elevor, which of the are you targeting? Injured
The
one
one
or mint
that's-
condition?
the one that's in front of me that has the target icon.
All right.
Oh no.
Oh
Has that
wait,
one-
if you hit it,
Yeah, just because I think that one hasn't been hit a whole lot, whereas the one with the red dot on it will regenerate on its turn currently because it hasn't had if you do fire damage to it.
Well, actually, I believe Lena did radiant damage to that one.
Oh, she did. Oh,
I'm
yes. Okay, never mind then. Good
I'm
call.
I know.
keeping my attack there.
All right.
7 fire damage.
All right, they have both taken either fire or radiant. They will not regenerate on their turn. I'm saying that out loud to remind myself.
That's
Um,
how that works.
anything else?
And-
Samus slash
that's it.
Elevor? Team Crucible, followed by Argal.
Teen Crucible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a young crucible or multiple crucibles? Like
Multiple crucibles.
okay, not
like
Tina, but
he's
Teen-ma.
composed
Teen-ma.
of like you know Power Rangers and
Contains
Voltron.
multitudes.
He's
I'm
like-
sorry
he's several
that my
different robots
weird
together.
word choice is really dragging out this turn.
They
which is to
contain
say,
multitudes.
the universal
It's already
Dungeons
long-
Dragons experience.
It's already longer than my last turn, Tony.
Guys, the important thing when giving Tony a hard time, there's two classic ways to give him a hard time. There's how he funnily says words and why he chose the word that he did choose. So it's really, even if I choose the right word, I might still say it wrong, which is how I say
That's just limited.
wrong.
That's just limiting it to word options too, Tony. I mean,
Yeah, I was like, wow.
Sometimes
Those-
it's
I
just
mean-
numbers that are confusing too.
Those are the ones that I am most emotionally vulnerable to.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh,
what are the ones you're immune or resistant to?
Did you
I'm
get
not
the
gonna-
mRNA vaccine for
Yeah.
any particular teasing?
Anyway,
So I
I've
was
now
going
wasted a lot of
to-
time on
yeah.
your turn.
It's my turn over.
Yes.
Yes.
That was all. You used it all on bonus actions.
I was going to drop a bigger spell, but I feel like having killed one of them now, that might not be ideal. So,
there are multiple of us who, if we get hit one time, will go down.
right. I guess one
So-
option would be potentially hitting one and healing some people, which is also on the board. That one. I'm getting
I
points
like
out for that
one.
All right. So I will go with a very basic. I will stab the injured one, the red one. Try to make it more red. With my Ikwa. See how this goes. That was pretty good. That was 25 to hit.
That definitely hits. Is that a critical?
No, not quite. And rolled good on my bonus, my blessed strike die as well. So it will take 20 radiant or 20 damage, 8 of which is radiant.
All right.
Ooh.
Wow. All right. I think this guy's gonna get another turn, but
Okay.
he's
will-
gonna be feeling it on that turn.
How many people need healing? Bruldish, Lena. How's everybody else doing?
Those are the two major. I'm 100%.
Argal could be tops off. He's
Elevor, how are you doing?
I'm all right. If you wanted to give some health to Samus could use it.
All right, so here's what we'll do. I will use a level 4 slot to cast as a bonus action a spell that I don't think I've cast before. Mass Healing Word. So I can restore up to 6 creatures and give them basically 2d4 plus my spellcasting ability. So let's say Lena, Bruldish, Samus, Argal, and Elevor. If you need some, I got some
Hey,
going
if
spare.
you've got them, I can use them.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so that'd be 2d4 plus 4. 9 hit points to basically everybody who needs them right now.
Sweet.
Hey.
Yay.
All right,
9 hit points. Yeah.
and I am done.
Impactful turn.
Woohoo!
all right.
Indeed.
See if the newly healed assassin can turn the tide of battle. Can he get to the injured god? How big are the squares?
It's 5 feet. Our token size is 5 feet.
I'm gonna say yes. Don't worry about it, Jane, because basically, you don't have to worry about provoking. Isn't the same in 5th edition as it is in 4th, right?
Mhm.
So basically, if you're adjacent to him and then keep moving, you're fine. So
So he actually just scoots around
yeah,
the back of everyone.
He circle strafes the Revenant.
Excuse me. Coming through.
Yeah, just dripping Revenant viscera off of his
And-
face and
And
jaunty little
poison
beard.
off of his sword. He's
Yeah,
just a mess.
yeah. Okay, so that is going to be his first short sword attack. So that will be a 20 to hit.
Definitely hits.
So that is 7 damage. And then An 8 to hit.
That will not hit.
No.
We know
No.
it doesn't.
Okay. Well, that's his turn.
All right. Next is Team Revenant, the Revenant duo.
Ooh.
Imra, you should roll acid damage for the acided one. One of them is going to focus on Broldish, turns around and stabs at you with its longsword. Wow. It's my second critical fail of the night. And a 16 is not going to hit Broldish.
Nope.
The other one looks around menacingly at Crucible, at Lena, at Aragal, at Samus, at Elevor. And you know what? One of you is holding a lightsaber. So, longsword, another critical fail. And second longsword attack is a much more promising 23 to hit Alita Delina.
That will hit the rogue.
All right, somehow he manages to find an opening in your lightsaber attack and get you in the arm for 15 damage. Are you still up?
Yes.
It took
Okay.
5 acid damage.
5 acid damage. Not good for this Revenant. Lena, followed by Imra, followed by Broldish.
Shaking off her injured arm where the wretched blade cut through, Lena holds aloft her sun sword, which is legally
Reference
distinct
acknowledged.
from a lightsaber. And she is going to... That's a 24
That definitely hits a
Nice.
slow, clunky Revenant.
for 9 radiant damage, followed by 13 additional radiant damage.
Math is 22 damage.
Yes.
That Revenant is not doing well.
We
So
love that.
it's basically the Revenant sort of stabbed her in the arm with his sword.
And you
And
basically, you have more or less, you jam the lightsaber into the undead, into his left arm, and it's not off, but it doesn't seem functional anymore. So it's kind of
I also like to think that both blades are still like stuck in the equivalent arms.
Yes.
And they're just staring.
His the eye sockets of the Revenant are empty and filled with hate at the same time. How can it be empty and filled with hate?
I like it.
Imra, one badly injured Revenant, one relatively unscathed Revenant. What will you do?
We target the bloodied revenants.
All
with
right.
our longbow. We roll a 12. 12 doesn't hit.
The arrow whistles very dangerously close to Lena Delina's head.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, Lena.
She doesn't look up. She's still gaze locked. Very intense.
Second attack was a 19. Oh, and I moved my hunter's mark.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Of course you do. So that is a total of 12 damage with my hunter's mark.
All right. Do you want to tell us what happened to this Revenant?
That revenant.
Is it as messy as the last one?
I don't think so because it's an arrow. But I think because I have hunter's mark, I'm really, really feeling it, and I think he's probably facing Lena.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Staring at her with his empty, hate-filled eyes.
Yep.
So it's just a through and through.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. So I think the arrow goes like into the skull and comes out his eye in the front and stops.
I think technically you lost the staring contest, Lena, when that happens.
I would flinch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Lena sort of pulls out her sword and he slumps to the ground. And she meets eyes with you and gives you a nod.
Oh,
The
you
coveted
got the
Lena
nod.
nod.
oh, this is like a Paul Hollywood handshake.
Yes.
Yes. Big deal.
That one now has a soggy bottom.
Oh. And
right.
that's my turn.
The acid-scorched Revenant is slumped to the ground of the chapel with an arrow in the back of the head. Broldish, it's just you and one Revenant who looks unperturbed by the falling of his friends, perhaps because he knows their revenant nature means that this state is but a temporary one before they return for you.
Sure. Whatever. In Hela's name, I attack and I roll a 15 on the die, so I know that hits. And
Roll me damage.
I am rolling damage. So let's roll the correct amount of damage. 6, 10, 12, 14, and some of that is radiant.
All right.
And
This Revenant has 108 hit points left.
well, I'm about to whittle that down a little farther, I think.
100 D8.
That's not what I said.
I rolled another 20 on the die.
Nice.
So this time I will be doubling my hunter's mark as well. Because this is the one that I hunter's marked. So let's see. 12.
Math interlude.
27 points of damage, some of which is
What?
radiant. Yeah, I rolled really well.
Broldish, the striker tank. All right. By my math, this Revenant now has 81 hit points remaining. Samus?
Samus strikes out with a 24. I think that's going to hit and does
that
14 damage.
Woo!
67 hit points remaining.
Elevor strikes out with his flame blade and misses because of the retinal damage he experienced from looking at the fire.
From his own
the candles.
fire.
Yes.
Crucible, followed by Argal.
So we'll do a stab as well. He'll get a really terrible 9.
Somehow you fail to connect with the Revenant. Argal.
Argal hits on his first attack. Oh, that was the wrong dice. And does 9 damage.
All right. 58 hit points. But I believe... Oh, does Argal get a second attack?
He missed his second attack
All right.
quite
I'd
terribly.
rather not speak of it.
Revenant is next. The Revenant does not regenerate due to the radiant damages taken before. The Revenant is intent on taking Broldish, the Dwarven cleric, down with him.
Paladin.
Paladin.
Yeah, I want to be a cleric, but I didn't make it.
You don't need to share that with the Revenant. So,
Broldish might.
Two longsword attacks. These are pretty good looking attacks. I've got a 21 and a 22.
Yeah, Broldish is going to go down. That's all right.
Whoa!
She's covered in gore, so
15 damage from the first one, 15 damage from the second one.
that takes me down exactly.
The Revenant seems almost unsure of what to do next. Slowly turns to look at the rest of you. Lena
does not like what just happened. And she is going to, while he is turned to face Broldish, raise her blade. 24 to hits.
Woo!
That's 11 radiant damage.
All right.
And then her sneak attack. 8 radiant damage. Maybe it's less sneaky since he sees what she's been all about.
39 hit points remaining.
And then with her short sword, that will hit. That's another 6 damage.
All right. 33 damage left, or 3 hit points left.
There's some rough rolls in that one, Jay.
Yeah. Imra.
All right. Well, Hunter's Mark moved.
Yep.
Remember to do that up front. Miss my first shot. Hit my second with a 27. Oh, wait. No, I got a 12 to hit the first one. Okay. 12 to hit does not hit. 27 to hit does. So that is 6 points of piercing damage plus 1 point of ensnaring. No, not ensnaring strike. Batting 1,000 here. Let's do that. Aha! 5 points of Hunter's Mark damage.
Yay.
Yay.
What was the total number there? 6 plus 1 plus 5?
No, just 6 plus 5.
Just 6 and
so
5,
11.
6 and 5. 11. 22 hit points left.
That's my
Imra,
turn.
that's your turn.
That's
Roll
my
this.
turn.
Death saving throw.
Death saving throw. Nope.
Oh!
Yeah.
Samus.
Samus is going for another bite. Actually, I think we're going to go for a claw. Nope. Miss.
All right. It's not like this is important. Elevor.
Listen, I'm trying, Tony. Elevor strikes out with a 9 points of fire damage.
You hit. All right. The Revenant is down to 13 hit points. Crucible.
Oh my gosh, can I roll better?
A lot of this is riding on you, Crucible.
Oh my god, 11!
Mm,
All right, but before the end of my turn, I will use a little healing word
Thank you.
at level
I just
1.
assume you're doing it for me. Maybe not. Maybe not.
That's to me. No. Ignore a lot of that. I don't know why I did all that. Why did they make this so dumb? Oh, they make it because they make it look like an attack. Silly. 1d.
I attack you with my health.
Yeah.
I don't dodge.
You're familiar with the the U.S. healthcare system.
7 hit points back for you.
Yay, thank you.
All right.
And yeah, that's my turn.
Aragal.
Okay. Aragal is a 16 with his short sword, which should hit, and then 11 damage. Whiffs his next attack. I think he probably thinks that he does it.
Okay.
And
he just starts
there's some-
slow walking away from the fight.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it's still just looking up.
Ahem.
Yeah.
This guy with the thing.
Aragal's just like, I'm just going to go clock out.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Smoke
a
break.
good day's work.
All right. Bad news. You did not kill the Revenant before the Revenant gets to go. The Revenant has 2 hit points, but the Revenant senses that Broldish is returned to the land of the living,
Yep.
Whoa.
spins around and swings his long sword at Broldish with advantage because Broldish is still on the ground.
goodness
Yep.
gracious.
Ow. 26.
Yep, that'll hit.
Take 15 damage.
Yeah, that puts me back unconscious.
Yep.
Ugh.
That's what Revenants do.
Guys, I'm
And-
gonna need a nap.
And the Revenant is gonna kind of swirl around and think about who does it also hate. And Lena. That is a 21.
That'll hit the rogue.
15 damage to the rogue.
That's the amount of hit points the rogue has.
Wow. This has been like, these are the most specifically correct, like, precision takedowns.
That's what we call threading the needle.
I've been a Revenant for a long time, 20 years.
Yeah. She's already lifting her blade to avenge her friend again, and then just completely bites it.
Yep. Lena, your turn. Death saving throw.
Cool. Love to make one. Okay, she makes hers.
All right. Imra, congratulations. You're not one of your unconscious friends.
Yay. All right. Well, first attack, I hit, and it is impossible for me to do
Yay.
less than 2 damage.
All right.
Whew.
You slay your second Revenant of this battle,
Did
at
it
least.
take? Oh, that one was not acidified. I was going to ask if
No.
it had taken
No.
acid damage, but
And so the chapel is once again quiet. Broldish and Lena are still unconscious. You have technically won this battle, but at a great cost. There is also the concern that, this is probably not a place that you would want to take a long rest, vis-a-vis your knowledge that Revenants return in a certain number of days. So,
How many?
How
long are we asleep for?
Yeah, we don't sleep for more than a day.
well, I'm just saying, things could happen. We're gonna say that you're out of battle and you're able to get Samus and Broldish and Lena Delina back to conscious. And why don't you do whatever you would need to do to take a short rest? Every now and then, as a dungeon master, I just tell you to take a short rest. Like,
You look
take
tired.
Take a break.
Yes,
Go to the corner.
take a nap.
Yeah.
So
Also, this seems like a relatively safe place to do so. Now that you've murdered the horrible Death Knights in it.
So have we been like stabilized and we can just use hit dice from 0, or
I think, yeah,
do
let's
we
say
need
yes.
magic? Okay.
So the good news is I don't think I took any damage in that fight, but the bad news is
Oh.
I'm down to like 3 spell slots, and those I cannot get back with a short rest.
I have
Yeah.
2.
I also just have 2. Time
I
for
basically I have a level 1, a level 2, and a level 3, which is fine. I can fight without it, but it does limit my healing abilities. So I guess we should poke around a little bit more.
Oh, maybe.
Hang on, just spending all of my hit dice.
So are you all right with hit dice? I have 2 first level spell slots. I could do a cure wounds, but
I could also do a preemptive. I could cast aid, which would give 3 people more hit points. Up your max hit points for 8 hours.
The name's Max. Max hit points.
I
Murder
am-
Play that video
magician.
game.
I am at I'm at 51 out of 80, and I can actually lay hands on myself for 10 more. I've unfortunately used an awful lot of that for something earlier today.
Broldish takes 17 hit points.
Oh, thank you.
I am probably gonna need a top
There.
up as well.
That puts me at 68 out of 80. I feel good about that.
Lena
So as you
Delina
think
takes
about your,
6 hit points. Sorry
Oh.
that roll wasn't
Thank
as good.
As you are thinking about perhaps where you might go next in this horrible murder house, just a reminder, the chapel is basically the east wing of Argynvostholt. There are 2 spiral staircases that lead up to kind of a balcony looking out on the chapel. I think you could probably see just from where you are. These are on the map above you. There are doors leading back to the west above the chapel, or off the chapel. The stairs look like they only go up 1 floor. Argynvostholt has multiple floors, so this wing looked like it didn't. There's also kind of a yard with some kind of structure to the northeast of the chapel, and there's a side door that takes you out there.
So the balcony up above us, we could tell, there's not much up there, or would we have to go?
I think there's a chair. Is that what you want
I'd
to know?
like to,
Yay.
as we're taking our short rest and licking our wounds, I'd like to spend some time inspecting this room.
Oh, okay.
Seeing if there's anything, going on in here.
Why did we come here? Is that what you're asking?
I'll go up the stairs.
Yeah. Was it worth it for me to die and for her to die twice?
Technically, you didn't die.
Slip closer to death.
Yeah, well, this is the business of adventuring. So now that you take your time to kind of look around here, the chapel is not in great shape. There's some kind of broken stained glass windows looking out to the east. There's some stuff on the altar, but it's kind of been knocked around. It seems like a lot of the fog that was kind of in the hanging to the floor of this room when you first came in seems now with the Revenants gone to kind of be burning away a little bit. The room noticeably feels a little bit, closer to normal room temperature. That's not a great descriptor for a room. It feels noticeably more normal compared to the kind of cold chill that there was in the Revenant's presence. Lena, looking around, you notice the familiar to you iconography of suns and dawn worked into various stone and glass artwork around the chapel, suggesting that this chapel is for followers of the Morning Lord, one of the 2 deities worshipped in Barovia, and the main one worshipped by, say, the people of Vallaki and Barovia, that is to say, Little Barovia. Specifically, you've been to churches for both of those, or at least you spent a night in the Little Barovian church. There was a church in Vallaki. I don't know if you went there.
I don't think we did.
I don't think we did.
No.
I pointed it out when we gave you the tour at the beginning.
She looks at Argal and says, "Don't go in any lakes.
Mm.
You lose more followers there."
I'm gonna check out the balcony area since it's like people can hear me yell if I get attacked or find something
I've
super
been attacked
cool.
by a chair.
Oh no!
Could
Is
happen.
it a mimic?
It could
Stranger
happen.
things have happened here.
Ask
You
it.
can see the map of the second floor. Just if you scroll up. So there's 2 little spiral staircases. I'm not going to ask you which one you take. That's how generous I am as a dungeon master. The balcony structure is like a wooden structure that's been added afterward to the stone structure of the chapel. So it overhangs the chapel. There's an exquisitely carved wooden throne resting on the kind of west side of this balcony, set between 2 doors leading back west into the Argynvost Holt proper. There is hanging from the ceiling that you can see from the balcony. Imra, there is an iron chandelier with candle holders shaped like tiny silver dragons.
Aw, I want
Somebody
one.
could have swung from the chandelier. I mean, yes, technically you still can.
All right, I would like to, as we continue to investigate this place, I want to look around for things like that, things that are made of metal, because I have been, like, as I mentioned earlier, I've been listening to our previous episodes, and so we are definitely at some point going to go to Vallaki and steal a wedding dress. But we had also discussed the possibility of making a wedding dress, because Crucible could actually
metal?
like forge something. Yes. And I was thinking maybe Crucible could make some armor for our new friend.
Is this a plate mail wedding dress?
Well, it could be chain.
Like a corset.
Basically
Okay.
to kind of
In
like
Barovia,
augment or
every
go
wedding
underneath.
dress is armor.
Just
Is a
because,
red
yeah, I
wedding.
feel like the Silka's armor class is probably not super great, and we want to keep her in as good a shape as possible for as long as possible.
Wow,
So,
way to think about
Broldish-
and invest in your allies that aren't even technically here yet.
Yeah, Brildish has had a lot of time on the road to think about this, and so it's, and plus she's really fascinated by the way that Crucible uses metal and is able to like forge things and do stuff. So that is something she's interested in. So
All right, Crucible, I will leave it at your discretion as you are the Forge Master. There is not a lot about this chandelier that suggests to me that it could be fashioned into a wedding dress / armor, but what do I know? Make it work.
I mean, maybe there's a better
I
metal
can see
around,
it.
but it's iron. So
I'm just,
I
it seems...
So
I
are
pointed
the
out.
Are the silver dragons actually silver? Because we could
that would be
potentially
great.
outfit
True.
some people with silvered weapons.
Mhm.
Also true.
It would be really cool
hard to say.
tip
Let's say
Samus's
probably.
claws.
I think this is a fancy chandelier.
How is it secured? Can I like shoot it down?
Poorly.
Are there candles?
It's got one of those ropes that goes to a thing, and you just
Okay.
you untie the rope. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
one of them.
I'm
The
gonna-
chandelier crashes to the ground
I'm-
next to Pony.
No, I'm gonna say
I
look
moved
out
Pony.
below, and then I'm gonna let it go.
Death
Argal
from
just
above,
stands
Imra
there and
yells.
looks up.
All right, the chandelier crashes to the ground. So the main kind of structure of the chandelier, it's a big chandelier. Imagine like a wagon wheel, but that's made of like wrought iron. But then the little candle holders on it are these little ornate silver dragons. And let's just say, those pop right off. Those suckers, yeah,
nice.
easily lootable.
I think that a selection of ornate silver dragon miniatures is like the most excited for any loot I have gotten
Yeah.
since the Sun Sword.
You get these,
Oh,
you
yeah.
get some wooden dice,
Potentially
and we can play
before.
Dungeons and Dragons inside Dungeons and
Yeah,
Dragons.
exactly. Exactly. We gotta paint them.
Mm-hmm. Argal says, roll initiative.
Oh, this got meta. What do we play inside this? Are we in like a happy place?
Yeah.
I don't think people in Barovia know what a happy place is, so
Inside the
he's
game
been-
you're
It's just this
playing.
place
He's
where nothing
Vistani.
happens. It's just
He's
boring.
Vistani,
all-
so he's been
Yeah.
other places possibly because
You're mythical
can go other
yeah, yeah.
places.
podcasters in this.
Oh
All right.
dear.
But you're all
What
locked
else?
in your houses for a
What's up with the cool chair?
Mhm.
It seems like somebody important would sit there and observe, services at the.
Elevor sits in the chair.
All right. As Elevor sits in the chair, Elevor, roll a charisma check.
Gladly. Hold on, let me move my token.
I shouldn't have said anything. Why?
Let me move my token up to the chair.
Do you have inspiration?
It depends on whether retinal burns from candles count for inspiration. Okay, let's see. Charisma check.
Oh, man.
Where are you? There you are.
This all seems fine.
A 16 charisma.
You just feel like just a flicker of kind of like a warmth inside of you, Elivor, as if like a dragon's fire has filled you with fire and energy, and just everybody else. I don't know if you notice, or you're looking at Elivor as he sits upon the. Yeah, he just looks a little bit brighter than he did before.
Elivor, you look
more
great in
intelligent.
that chair.
You look really smart.
He's
Elivor,
radiant.
you're glowing.
Yeah, he's
Thank
radiant.
you.
He also like you're just like.
glow up?
Yeah, he just looks. He looks slightly more impressive and intimidating than he did before. Just
Are you
mechanically,
contouring?
Tony, is there
You look
anything I need to
great.
do to my character sheet, or is it all just meta?
Nope.
Okay.
Brildish watches very closely what happens when Elivor stands up. He can
Yeah, I'm
stand
gonna
up,
get him.
right?
The glow continues.
Yeah,
with
I
you.
guess Elivor tries to stand up. Oh no, is
Yeah.
Tony frozen?
Great timing.
Oh no, we'll never know.
Elivor never gets to leave the chair.
Will the chair release Elivor from his bonds? What horrors will he take with him, and how will he be scarred forever by his choice to sit in this chair of all chairs? He wasn't even tired. He could have stayed standing. He chose to sit. And for this, what price will he pay? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time. Total Party Kill.